Unit 18. Listening. Page 87.
Can you tell me about your job and what you do and what it involves?
I'm an environmental consultant, but more specifically environmental impact assessment. It's to do mostly with planning for construction of new buildings. That's where the majority of our work is, and it's if you build something, you can't just build whatever you like. In the way that you seek planning permission, part of it is environmental permission. And so we do the evaluation of the impact the development would have if it were built on the environment as it stands now. And we do it from ecological point of view, air quality.
So when a new client comes to you, what is their objective?
It depends. Some businesses are obliged to report their emissions and waste and all of that sort of thing. So they may ask for help with how they should do their report. Some people just want to, for the sake of their reputation and energy saving, money saving, all sorts of different reasons. But generally it works well if it's not just that they're reporting it. If they're monitoring it, then once they have the data and the figures, it's like the best time for them to then start managing what they're doing. And so if it's a combined system of reporting, monitoring and managing all together, they can have the most sort of efficient impact. And that's what we would usually try and encourage people to do.
And in general, what can any company do to become greener?
I think thinking about it is the first step, and identifying your main areas of environmental impact. So even if you're just a one-person office, it's probably going to be waste because you're throwing out paper and that sort of thing. So if you just as one person thought about that, you could probably halve it by just not printing everything or reusing paper, that sort of thing. And so then it's just on a larger scale with a larger company. So it's also telling your staff that you want to reduce your environmental impact so that you can get everyone involved with it. Because if you have a policy and no one knows about it, then it's completely pointless.
And what attracted you to this career?
Well, I did a science degree for my first degree, and then I didn't really want to work just in a research lab. Although I enjoyed it, I didn't find the diversity that interesting, and it was very focused on one project in one lab. And then I wanted to do something similar that used science skills but not solely science. So I decided to do a master's in environmental science.
What do you think about new technology? I mean, the business world's gone through a huge process of change. What changes do you see might present themselves in the future?
I think there's quite a big move towards people working remotely from home or whatever location they want, and not having so many fixed desks in an office, because that's where they're paying their overheads. And the majority of people, if they're on the internet and all of the files are accessible to everyone, they don't need to be physically sitting in an office. And I think that's where a lot of companies in London expend a lot of money, because rents are so high and service charges and everything like that. If they can reduce the office space they need and maybe focus on just meetings as and when with their project teams, I think that's probably what people want to do.
And can you prepare yourself for that change?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do lose something in not sitting next to the people you work with. And it also means that you can't ask a quick question. So I think when you're new, it's really valuable to have people around you. And perhaps it will just be that more senior people do that, or people who know that they've got enough work to cover them for the next couple of weeks will only come in when they need to see someone. But yeah, I do think it's a shame that you lose the social element of the office, and that is something that's really nice about working in big teams and that sort of thing.